It's the Hot Corner on the Youth Sports Report, New Mexico. You know what it is. You know what we do. We're here to talk baseball with no one other than the Maverick Man, Mr. Rod Parker. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, Khalil. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing really well since we're drinking this nice, fine Belgian from our sponsors,
Indeed.
Rosie Brothers Brewery. Thank you
guys.
so much for giving us this beer. We're going to enjoy. Nice little sip or two while we talk about baseball. Baseball, we got a lot going on. We got a hitting streak going on by a young man who's caught your eye, Matt.
Jackie Bradley Jr.,
All right.
center fielder for the Red Sox, having a great year.
JBJ.
He finished strong last year, put a lot of hope in Red Sox Nation, and this year he's bringing the goods. 27-game hitting streak on the line tonight in Colorado.
Okay. So, yeah, he might be able to jack one or two out with the altitude,
Quite
being
possible.
what it is.
Or he could get hooked.
He could get hooked. We'll
So,
see.
We'll see.
All right.
But it's an impressive stat, especially in today's game with the pitching the way it is. To have 27-game hitting streak is pretty incredible.
Speaking of pitching, let's go into a couple teams. On Sunday, Chicago Cubs took on the San Francisco Giants. Two teams that have been propelled by pitching. Chicago in this most recent run. And look, even though we haven't been talking about San Francisco for the past 2 years, for the previous 5, hey, they were in the World Series, won a couple of titles.
Yeah, San Francisco is always in the hunt.
Yeah.
They have so much experience. They have so many great players dialed into what they need to do. Team concept, never to be taken lightly, and the every other year thing is something to be considered. And this is, in falling in line with that, I think they're going to be right there at the end.
I think so. With leaders like we just saw, Mr. Buster Posey making a great play, and pitchers like Madison Bumgarner. Look, San Francisco beat Chicago. Chicago, a team with great arms and even more explosive bats, they held them scoreless, Matt.
Well, but this is a classic. The veterans, the veteran experienced team versus the new kids to the party.
Okay.
Chicago's a great team, deep and strong, but they're young, and they don't have the kind of experience that Giants have.
The Giants have that experience. Mr. Bumgarner collects what I believe is his 7th win of the season, pulling it off. Okay, we're going to move on, talking about more pitching. We were talking about this the other day. You were so excited about Mr. Syndergaard and what the Mets pitching have to offer. The New York Mets take on the Milwaukee Brewers. They beat them 3-1, but Syndergaard, talk about the mastery.
Lights out. This kid's amazing, and he's a personal favorite of mine.
Me too.
I love the way he pitches, and I had seen him against the Isotopes a few years ago, pitching for the Las Vegas 51s, the Mets AAA team, and he had powerful stuff. Last year, he came into town, and we went to see him, and it was a day game, afternoon game at the Lab, and the glove popping from the catcher was incredible. Real stuff, big league stuff. He hit a home run, and the next start for him was at Wrigley Field.
And then since then, he's been lighting it up in the major leagues.
Lighting it up.
Now, you say the glove popped. Anywhere you stood in the stadium, you could hear the glove pop when this kid's throwing?
Day game, quiet, ballpark, not a big attendance, echoing all over the stadium, this glove popping.
Wow.
It was incredible.
Hey, I know they were
Big
very,
league
very
stuff.
happy. They were extremely happy to see this kid pull it off. I mean, Mr. Syndergaard, we're looking at the Cubs and Giants right now, but look, Mr. Syndergaard from the Mets is getting it done. And look, their ace, Mr. Harvey, is having a problem.
He's having some hard times. He's sort of, New York is a tough town.
Yeah.
And the media is going to, bring it as soon as anything goes awry. He's in, a very amazing pitching staff.
Yeah.
And it's easy to get, lost in that, I think. I think Harvey's arm is fine. I don't think his head is in the right place, and he'll work that out.
He'll work that out, and he has time, given the caveat in his pitching staff, in that rotation. He's got Syndergaard and DeGrom. Who
They'll
are
take
just
care of him.
handling things. They'll hold the weight. All right, let's move on to the defending champs, the Kansas City Royals. They took on the Chicago White Sox. Now, look, we've mentioned Chicago being a team that has surprised this season. I know you're still waiting for Chicago to fall apart, but look, Chicago was able to steal that game 3-2.
Chicago is a good team. This is the best team they put on the field in years.
Okay.
And they've got all the right pieces in the right places. I just don't know if the managerial strategies are enough to take them.
Ventura's their manager.
Ventura.
Now tell me your interesting theory about why you think Ventura doesn't have the stuff to get them all the way.
Well, you know, baseball is a working man's game. You're out playing every day, like you're going to a job or any other vocation, and you know your manager is your leader. And something about seeing Robin Ventura's face get lit up by Nolan Ryan, I think presents some leadership aspects that you know might not be as you know strong as say a Terry Francona, for example,
gotcha.
who's going to rally his boys no matter what.
Gotcha.
They're going to follow him into battle. I'm not sure the White Sox are quite totally harmonious yet.
Interesting to see. Okay, I like that. Seattle Mariners, the surprise team again, taking on the Cincinnati Reds. They were able to beat them 5-4. Seattle, do you see them having the stuff to take this deep into the season, possibly into October?
I do not see that happening.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah. I think they're going to hover around 500, maybe a few games over. But, you know, I still think the team that's playing the most spirited baseball is Oakland, even though they won't win the division. I think it's Texas's division. I mean, Seattle is going to put a quality team on the field, but not a playoff team on the field.
Okay. So the most spirited team in that division are the Oakland Raiders.
Oakland A's.
I'm football season always to me.
I hear you. They just have a way of reinventing themselves every year, which is outstanding.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love that about them.
And they do. They took that Moneyball aspect and they just make themselves kind of like an amoeba. Whatever shape they need to take to win some games, they will.
Adapt and adjust.
Okay, now do you think that philosophy, given the talent that they have in the pitching staff, will help them move forward a little bit further along in the season and possibly make a deep playoff run?
I don't think anything strong is coming out of the West.
Okay.
I think Texas is the best bet to make the run.
All right. We'll see. Okay, finally, we're going to wrap this up with the Dodgers taking on the San Diego Padres. Dodgers win 9-5. This game went 17 innings. Now this, we all know about the Dodgers and the Giants having a crazy rivalry, but it looks like the Dodgers San Diego is becoming a little bit of a rivalry as well.
And these are two teams playing for, you know, their division status. You know, the Padres are trying to get up there and get in the mix, and the Dodgers are fighting to stay in the mix. And there's not any wasted baseball when those two teams play.
No.
And anytime you have Matt Kemp going against his old team, he's going to rally his guys.
That's right. He is going to do it. Now, however, Matt Kemp was not unable to make the play that led to his team losing the other night.
Yes, that is the spirit of the series.
That is.
Yeah.
That is. In such close proximity, L.A., San Diego having a natural geographical rivalry. People from L.A. think they're too cool. The people from San Diego think the L.A. people are a little bit too pretentious. It's very interesting to see what's
Some
up.
interesting dynamics there. As long as, while these two teams are battling, you know, the Giants don't run away with it.
Yeah.
Look out for Arizona. It's going to be a crazy division. And, of course, Colorado.
Colorado Rockies.
Playing great baseball. Great series, Red Sox, Rockies, starting tonight.
Red Sox Rockies starting tonight. How
Same
many
time.
game series? 3-game or 4-game?
I believe it's 3, but I'm not positive.
3-game series starting tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, there you see Mr. Turner with a solo home run. Yasiel Puig was the hero in this game for the Dodgers. And it's nice to see Puig on the hero side of the news reports rather than the other.
Yeah, he's struggled, and he brings so much energy to the game. I love the way he plays. It's a work in progress.
A work in progress, that's right. He's a young player, plays a little bit out of control. Similar, kind of like baseball's version of Russell Westbrook a little bit.
A little bit.
You know?
I would agree with that.
But once he's able to harness that and control that, you'll never know. Look out.
He could be one of the great Dodgers if he can
All right.
hone in his skills.
All right. Real quick tip on the Colorado-Boston series. It's 3 games. Who do you think wins the series?
I think the Red Sox take the series, but it's going to be a wild one.
2-1?
2-1.
2-1. There you have it. It's the Maverick Man here at the Hot Corner on the U Sports Report. Once again, we want to give a big thanks to all the guys over at Brosey Brothers Brewery. These guys are at 6th and Gold, downtown Albuquerque. Get your best, finest, most tastiest craft brews there. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
We'll see you
Cheers.
guys on the diamond. More coming up on the U Sports Report.